You want me to do the intro?
No.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast here on FanStream Sports, presented by OrionGolf.com. I am your host, the only host, and the best host of From the Rough, J. John E. Gerber, PGA professional. Over 20 years PGA professional. How was that? Was that good? How was it?
I think I might record that and just play that for every intro. Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast. I am I guess I wasn't aforementioned. Nobody was aforementioned, but I'm the host, IndyCarTim, the best host of From the Rough, America's favorite golf podcast. But then there's that other guy.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. What? I can't hear you. What did you say?
To my screen left, PGA of America member, over 20 year PGA of America member.
Don't
Mr.
forget
Johnny E. Gerber himself. Johnny, as I usually say, but I really mean it this time. I mean it with all of my heart. Welcome to your show.
What do you mean heart? You don't have a heart. So when you say you mean it from the bottom of your heart, that doesn't mean anything to me. It holds no value. It holds no value. We're starting this show, and the great Detroit leans. City of Detroit.
There's nothing great about Detroit.
There's probably not a lot of great.
Gross.
I'll tell you what it is great. So you know what? You know why they when you go to Detroit, we call it you've heard me when I come home in Dallas and we go out for drinks. I said, man, this drink is Detroit leans. You know why, right? I tell you why all the time. No, sir. That's not it. That's the opposite of that. That means they're strong. They leaned on that bottle and they made drinks real strong. So in Detroit, they make drinks super strong. Do you know why?
To make you forget you're in Detroit?
That is very correct. They try to get you misered up enough so you get so drunk that you forget where you're at. That is very correct. And my apologies to the 3 beautiful women that live in Detroit, and I know one of them, and she has been very good to me. I met her in Fort Worth. She's a really good. She's fantastic. Back living in Detroit, so nothing against you, Mama, but it's not really my cup of tea. But this week it is our cup of tea, homeboy, because we have at Detroit Golf Club.
That was a preview of Monday's show.
PGA Tour event. Yeah, we got enough of that on Monday. What are we doing? We got enough of that on Monday. It's not happening this week. It's not.
I don't think it is
happening
either.
This week. We are back. We are back like Frankie Beverly and Mays. We are back in it.
And look, I spent some time in Detroit. All right, not a lot, and mostly against my will because I lived in Michigan. For those of you that don't know, I did spend my fair share time in northern Michigan, which is insanely beautiful, by the way. I lived in this little town.
Nice.
Lived in this little town called Gaylord. It's a summer resort town because they have all of the golf up there. Oh my God, the golf in Gaylord, Michigan is incredible because you can play it most of the year. And in the dead of summer, it's 72 degrees. Spent some time at Mackinac Island. Used to go to Traverse City quite a bit, and I made my way to Detroit to hit. Anytime the Stars were in town playing the Pink Wings, I would make my way down to Joe Louis Arena and cheer on my Stars.
Stars.
Back in the late 90s, when they had their huge rivalry going. And I spent some time in Detroit. Used to go to the Detroit Grand Prix, the IndyCar race on Belle Isle.
What was that? The Nordique? What was it? What were they called? Who was a franchise that went to Dallas from Canada?
They weren't from Canada. They're from Minnesota. The North Stars.
Minnesota North Star. Yeah. Okay, that's right.
And then Detroit's got its. And look, I'm a huge history freak, and there's a ton of history. With the old Packard plant that's now in decrepit ruins, but it's still kind of cool to see how huge these buildings that are all now empty and just laced with graffiti and stuff. But that poor city, man, it's seen some hard times, and
it's got better. It's got here's where I would tell you, from Columbus, I can get there in 2.5 hours, right? It's nothing, right? We go up there, and then as a kid, when you turned 18, you would go to Detroit and then go over. From what I heard, that you could go over to, you go over to Canada at 18, and you can gamble and you can do whatever you whatever you want.
Go drink, go across the Windsor Bridge. You can do whatever you want over there.
That's what I heard, Nancy. That's what I heard at 18 years old. But that being said,
you broke your TV.
It's fell on some hard times, but I will tell you this. It's a pretty damn good sports city, man. It is. And they really support their teams. You know, you got the Lions and you got the Red Wings, and no matter what you say about it, good times, hard times, they're really loyal fans, and they have supported their city. And it's a pretty damn good sports town. The Pistons,
and they've got really good facilities up there now. I know they're not in the Pistons aren't in the Palace anymore, way out there in Auburn Hills.
Yeah.
I think they're playing downtown now in Little Caesars Arena where the Red Wings are playing. They got the new football stadium, Ford Field. They got rid of freaking Tiger Stadium, which was one of my absolute favorite old school stadiums to go to. Now it's completely gone. The lot is still there with the little whatever memorabilia of when it was there, but they've got their new stadium in Detroit, and their facilities as far as sports franchises go are pretty amazing.
Yeah,
it's just everything around it, man. Is just
you got basketball, you got hockey, you got football, you got baseball, you got the four pillars, man. And
I hate the Pistons.
You hate them or not.
And you got an IndyCar race there every year too. IndyCar has returned. They're not on Belle Isle anymore like they used to be, and I love that track. They're back where they were before Belle Isle, back in the streets in downtown where they race this temporary street circuit every year. Which is amazing. They put on an amazing show up there. It's not bad sports wise.
You got Ann Arbor less than an hour away, right? I mean, you got Michigan State. East Lansing is an hour and 20 minutes. So you got a lot of good action there in terms of sports. You got Toledo, that's right there. Not saying that Toledo as much, but you got Mac football. So you got a lot of stuff. I mean, and now for years now you've had the PGA Tour event. You have you've had a Ryder Cup there at Oakland Hills. So, I mean, you've had some really cool things in Detroit. It's, they can't help it that the industry that's built their city, it's fell on hard times. They can't help that.
You got Grosse Pointe, subject of one of the greatest movies ever, Grosse Pointe Blank.
Yeah.
Who one of my all-time favorite movies?
John Cusack. Was that John Cusack?
Dan Aykroyd. What was that chick that was in it? Mimi Rogers?
Mimi Rogers.
Mimi Rogers? Wasn't Mimi Rogers.
I wish it was. She was a looker back in the day.
What's her name? Why can't I?
I don't know. There's any other Mimis that are.
Minnie Driver. I always get Mimi Rogers and Minnie Driver missed it. It was Minnie Driver.
You sure it was Minnie Driver?
I just looked it up. Yes, Debbie. She played Debbie Newberry as Minnie Driver.
She must have been super young. I mean,
she was hot too. She's so cute.
Yeah, she's English.
But I loved, man, that movie was awesome. I loved that movie.
Yeah, that was funny. No, that was funny. But what a cool and the scene and Michigan, not really Detroit, but when you say you have that, I don't know where that was filmed, but maybe one of the best comedies of all times. And what's that one? It must not have been that good, but because I forgot.
It was filmed in Detroit.
It was like outskirts of Detroit, and then they had three of them. I thought it was the funniest thing of all time. Stifler, what's that?
American Pie.
American Pie, yeah.
Oh yeah,
that.
I don't think
You've never seen American Pie?
No. I've seen the first one, I think.
Yeah,
I don't remember any other than buying a lot of apple pies right after that, seeing that movie. I don't know that I've ever
the end part. Oh man, how about the stars that come out of that? Right? I mean, there was some pretty good cast.
Allison Hannigan might be the biggest one out of that. Yeah.
It was pretty good, man. I loved it, man. And just the shock of the scenes towards the end was pretty hilarious, man. So, yeah, I mean, they just, I give it a hard time.
I didn't know that was based in Detroit. I don't remember any of that.
Well, the up UP is when they, they went to Lake Michigan for the summers, right? And that's kind of where it was. Yeah. So it was, it's pretty cool, man. And you're looking at a place like this, Detroit Golf Club, super historic, over 100 years old. They redid it. I love golf courses. Old Super Donald Ross, which is my favorite. I love it.
And it's long for an old golf course too. It's got some 7,300 yards.
Yeah, and they've moved it, and it's your less than unstable. It's par 70 because they changed the 2 par 5s, not your 71. Yep. So that's going to make you a little happier. But this time of year,
both of those par 4s they changed are over 500 yards. I mean, you got a 535 and like a 505, I think, on those two holes.
Yeah, and they're par 5s for members. right? But for the practical purposes.
Right.
But I got a couple buddies that are members there, and it's you have it, and then you got Oakland Hills. That's that's there. My thing keeps timing out. Sorry,
changing your team.
It keeps timing out.
Look, I got Perry Mason on over here. If you'd want me to turn the camera, you can watch Perry Mason with me.
No, it keeps timing out. But
Nancy Gerber and I are watching Perry Mason together.
No, she is. She claims she's seen every episode 10 times. She says the first time she's ever seen some of them. So, but. No, listen, I give it a hard time, but it's great. It is. I mean, Sports City, yes, it's great. They got a lot of really cool things. And if you're into cars, man, you got the Ford Museum or whatever those things are, man. So, hey, I give it a hard time in jest, but, this week, unfortunately, this is the last year that they're going to have it there. Yep. And it's a little bit of hard feelings because I think Rocket, the former Rocket Mortgage, they supported it pretty well, but it's just that, they're not drumming up $20 million for a title sponsorship, and it's just the cost of doing business. And you're going to start to see some of these events like I think Byron Nelson's another one that's going to get
gone. I'm not even going to cry. I'll cry a little bit because of the great Byron Nelson, that going away for him because he's one of my favorites. But
no, it's going to go to tier 2. It's going to go to the challenge.
But nobody's going to care. Nobody will care. I'm not going to care.
Do they now? They don't really think they do now, anyways, right?
No, they don't.
So it's just one. I think Valspar is going to fall into that category, unfortunately. So you're going to see
Valspar will come up with $20 million.
Got to sell a hell of a lot of paint, dude. That's a lot of paint. That's a lot of paint.
Everybody in the Tampa area, go ahead and paint your house this summer and fork over some money.
And it's unfortunate, you got such a great tournament director in Tracy West. It's and the city has supported. I don't want to jump into the Tampa market because we're here talking about Detroit, but it's just sad. You're going to see that reflection of the Tampas, the Detroits, and corporate sponsors that just, that's not in their budget to fork up $20 million to be on the championship series that will drop down to the Challenger series and pick up potentially another sponsor. So this is the sign of the times of the PGA Tour. And unfortunately, we're going to lose some really cool markets. I think Detroit's the 13th, 14th biggest sports market in the country. So I don't know what the number is, but it's not 30.
Higher. I think it's top 10.
Maybe. I didn't know, but I know it's not 50 and I know it's not 5. So, I think it sits there pretty good. And unfortunately you're going to miss out on some opportunities for golf, and golf is big there.
So you were closer. Detroit proper is number 4. Well, that's Nielsen rating. So I want
just rating. Whatever. I mean, whatever ratings it is. I mean, I think it's okay.
Detroit. No, number 14.
So I was close. Yeah.
I never would have guessed that Seattle Tacoma was in front of it. Phoenix. I never would have guessed Tampa's in front of it.
What's Tampa, 12?
Tampa is 11. Tampa St. Pete.
Yeah.
Phoenix is 12. Seattle Tacoma is 13. San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose 10. Yeah, whatever. So it is what it is. Dallas, by the way.
Dallas.
Number 4. DFW.
So you go New York, LA, Chicago, Dallas?
Yep. And then Philly. We're ahead of Philly. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Winning.
Well, at least we're ahead of them in something, damn it. At least we're ahead of them in something.
No, we're ahead of them in football. We're ahead of them in everything. Basketball. Screw the Sixers. They got LeBron.
Wishful thinking, but I like the way you think.
Johnny, as you mentioned, they've done some upgrades to this here course, the Detroit Country Club, or as we say in Montreal,
Golf
Country Club de Detroit.
Golf club. You can't call it a country club. They get offended first off. It's not country. It's just golf. There's no amenity. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it's supposed to be.
They're idiots.
Back then, they didn't know. Back then, 100 years ago when they built it, they
didn't know what it was.
Tennis and pools, dude.
Yeah, we're not building a damn swimming pool. We're here to play golf, and it doesn't get 118 degrees like it does down south.
Yeah, didn't have AC for a while.
$16 million they've spent on rebuilding this golf course. You have Jackson Koivun, who just took down the number 1 player in the world. You've got Jordan Spieth and Brooks Koepka here making their tournament debuts in its final year, which is curious. Several other PGA Tour careers could be completely reshaped before we get back together on Monday to recap this thing. And in its final edition, the Rocket Classic is going to throw some serious heat at us here. I think this is going to be one to watch. For sure. We are entering desperation season for some of these guys on the PGA Tour, with now just one regular season event remaining in this tournament, or after this tournament before the FedEx Cup playoffs. That means every missed putt, every careless bogey, and every bad decision will absolutely determine whether a player advances to the postseason or starts planning an unusually long vacation for some of these guys. Also getting 500 FedEx Cup points for the winner. But this week is more than about those FedEx Cup points and more than about getting the trophy here in Detroit. It is for a lot of these guys about survival, about positioning. And for a lot of these guys, it's about making one final charge before the clock runs out on your season.
And the President's Cup. I mean, they need some president. They need, because if they're, there's not going to be very many guys that's going to be picked on that President's Cup if they don't make the playoffs. Yeah. You're not gonna pick a guy that has 3 weeks off and not into some form, right? So there's a lot of stake this week and next week for sure. And I think a couple guys that we have on our card, I think they're going to make a push. I think they will make a push. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot to play for. Just don't think it's a lower tier event and there's not a lot to play for. There's a reason why these guys are here to play, not just the Koepkas and the Spieths and some of these bigger names. There's reasons, and there's strategic reasons. So it's going to be a great event, and it's going to be the last time it's played here. So we'll see what happens, man. I love the golf course. So
Jackson Koivun arrives here after one of the wildest Sundays on the PGA Tour this season. The former now PGA Tour University superstar won the 3M Open in his 24th day as a professional, Johnny. He beat your record after turning pro. And he held off Scottie Scheffler to do it. And again, we talked about this on Monday's show. Just think about that for a second. It still hasn't sunk in, I think, for me, what he actually accomplished at the 3M. Most young guys spend their first few months on the tour just trying to learn the courses, trying to adjust to the travel, and maybe trying to avoid embarrassing themselves in front of the best players in the world. Koivun skipped all of that part. He just walked into Sunday alongside Scottie and didn't blink. He just said, sorry, Scottie, it's not your week, man. Like a lot of people have said this year.
There's a little bit to that, right? I mean, if you look at somebody like him getting the PGA Tour University exemption, so he's got all this year. Even if he didn't win, he had all this year and all next year, right, as an exemption. So the pressure is. I'm not saying the pressure is off of him, but certainly it helps you knowing that you can secure your playing privileges for 20 months almost. So. You're looking at something like that, and I think that's a great advantage to Ludwig Oberg. Kind of did that and fell into place, and Ben James. Guys like this, I think you're going to get some of those opportunities. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. These kids coming out these days are fearless, and they're not scared, and they don't give a shit who you are. They're just going out to play golf, and they got blinders on, and they don't think that you can beat them. And that's, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, even maybe, it wasn't quite that case. You needed some time to get used to the travel. But I think the college game certainly has prepped these kids a lot better in terms of travel and being on TV and eyes on them. And I think it's just such a better training ground these days than it used to be when especially 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah, so that victory launched him all the way to number 70 in the FedEx Cup standing. So he's directly on the postseason bubble. He's impressed us already this season. Now he's got an opportunity to prove that he can even do better and make the postseason, which is insane for me to think that he could have been on the tour in a professional capacity for a month and make the postseason. I mean, that's just, to me, that's incredible. And, winning is hard. Winning is supposed to be really, really hard. But, when you become a winner here, you get a lot more attention put on you. There's more interviews, there's more expectations, and there's a lot less recovery time. He's no longer just that young, exciting prospect that we've been talking about. He is now the latest PGA Tour winner. Everybody knows his name now, regardless of what our compatriot Scott Wetzel said, I think on Monday's show, on his show. Right. Who's ever heard of? It's a horrible Scott Wetzel impression.
Everybody has, Scott. Just to let you know,
nobody's ever heard of this guy. No, if you watch golf, you know who Jackson Koivun was.
Yep.
But now literally everybody, even Scott knows who he is now, which is something.
He better.
And based on what we saw in Minnesota, I don't know that I would bet on Koivun being intimidated at all in this moment. If he wasn't intimidated in Minnesota, there's nothing about Detroit that's going to intimidate him at all. We've got Cam Young here as the highest-ranked player in the field at number 3 in the world and number 3 in the FedExCup standings. He's already won twice this season and knows how to contend in Detroit. He finished tied for second at the Rocket Classic in 2022, and he is making his 4th appearance in the tournament. And Johnny, we've talked about Cam Young for years, and the conversation surrounding him was wondering when he would finally turn all of that talent into victories, and that conversation's over. He's not chasing validation anymore. He's one of the best players in the world, and if you threw another victory in there for him, it would make him one of the defining players, I think, of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, he's certainly up for the top 2 or 3 guys for player of the year, certainly with his win at the Players Championship. And he's just showing you that the immense talent. And, he was a guy that came out, I don't know if he was nearly as heralded as Jackson Koivun, but certainly took him a little bit longer to get on the scene. And he had to play Korn Ferry. He played Korn Ferry for a couple years. And, that just goes to show the timeline for people to create greatness or to come into their own is not a standard timeline. It's everybody has their own kind of way of going about it. Cam Young is, from what we see, from the media and things like that, he's a bit more introverted than a Jackson Koivun. So, hey, he's a family man now and things like that. So everybody's process is a little bit different on how you do it, and it takes a little longer. So I think this is a place for him to get some reps. I think it's a place that he likes to play golf. It's an old school golf, an old school golf course like he grew up in New York. So, the good vibes and the good feeling, and maybe he's getting. I'm not saying getting reps in because he's certainly going in or try to win the golf tournament, but getting some confidence in a place that you play well. There's no substitute for that. Also is, good, just good vibes. And I think he's going to feel comfortable. I don't know if he's going to play Sedgefield next week. I don't know why he wouldn't.
Yeah.
Playing in the Carolinas, in college, I think that's helped him. But if he does play in that's a stretch of 5 weeks in a row. I mean, that's a lot of golf, man. And I don't know if he's playing Sedgefield. Does he play this week, take Sedgefield off, and then get ready for the FedEx Cup playoffs? I don't know. So
you would think he would take a little time off before the playoffs start.
You would hope so. You would think so. But he's taken some time off. I mean, he's taken some time off, and he's had those stretches. And these guys kind of predicate their schedule on how they feel and golf courses that they like. And, who knows with the Wyndham Championship? Who knows?
Another guy that has arrived with a little bit of momentum, your buddy and mine, Wyndham Clark. Of course, he won the U.S. Open in June and then hasn't really cooled off. He put together 6 consecutive events without finishing outside the top 15, including 2 wins. He climbed to number 9 in the official world golf ranking. I think he's in complete control of his game right now. He's got the power to handle longer golf courses, but this renovated Detroit layout is going to test whether guys can remain disciplined when attacking the course, or if the course is going to get the best of them. And I think that's the biggest question for Wyndham Clark here. How do you think his game translates to this new Detroit Golf Club course?
Yeah, I think he translates to any golf course. I think these guys are so good when they're playing well. It doesn't matter where they play. When they play poorly, it doesn't matter where they play either. So I think their adjustability is good. Donald Ross Golf Course has a tendency to be right in front of you with the characteristics of it. This is a little bit quirky when it comes to some of the ravines and arroyos that you kind of have to navigate a little bit, especially on the last few holes. So yeah, we'll see. I think it's why would he not play here if he didn't like the golf course? Yep. I mean, he doesn't have much reason to play here. I mean, he's solidified himself certainly for the FedEx Cup playoffs, whether he needs reps or he didn't like the way he's played in the last few tournaments that he's played, who knows? But you don't go into a place that you don't like, or not when you don't need to specifically solidify your spot going into the back half of the year. So yeah, I think he goes into it, I think, with some confidence, and I think he goes into it like in a golf course that it wouldn't surprise me if he played well, but we just don't have him on our card this week.
We've got Chris Gotterup, who has played the Rocket Classic 3 times and hasn't produced the best of results for Chris Gotterup, but Chris Gotterup has 3 times as many tour victories this year as Scottie Scheffler. Think about that for a second. And look, at some point, I think folks have to stop treating Chris Gotterup like a guy who might break through. I hear a lot of that chatter. He's already broken through repeatedly. He's already the guy. Give him a fourth victory, and it's going to put him in rare territory and make it impossible to leave him out of Player of the Year conversation, I think, as well, if he's not already there.
He is.
He should be.
Yeah.
But I never hear the respect from, and I'm not talking about, the casual golf fans who still don't know who he is. I'm talking about guys that watch golf every week like us, that know the game like you, that still don't give him the respect, and I don't understand it.
Well, if they don't give him respect, they're idiots. I mean, let's be honest with you. You don't win this time on the PGA. And it's probably a little bit because he doesn't look like the traditional golfer, right? His golf swing is a little, he owns his own golf swing. It's not, per coaching standards, something I would never coach, but he owns it and he knows exactly what it does. The guy has immense confidence. And, he's certainly going to be on the President's Cup team. He's not, I don't know if he's in the top 6, but they're not passing him up on the President's Cup team. I promise you that. But whether he's a pick or he's an automatic qualifier, he's playing on the President's Cup. I'm just telling you that right now. So, yeah, I mean, if you think Chris Gotterup can't play and you're not respecting Chris Gotterup, then you don't know anything about golf.
There's a bunch of those guys out there. Let's take a quick break here, Johnny. We'll come back on the other side, talk about the defending champion and some of the other guys that are going to walk into Detroit hoping for a chance to win. Need to remind everybody that today's show is always brought to you by Tomstown Distilling Company, the official distilling company, the official vodka of FanStream Sports. Raise a glass and step back in time with Tomstown Distilling Company, the premier craft distillery in downtown Kansas City, where history meets handcrafted spirits. Inspired by the Roaring 20s and the rebellious spirit of boss Tom Pendergast, Tomstown creates award-winning bourbon. Look, there it is right there. The vodka, gin, rye, and canned cocktails you will not forget. Plan your next night out or event if you're in Kansas City at Tomstown Distilling Company in the heart of Kansas City. If you're not in Kansas City, their stuff's available to be shipped in at least 41 of these United States of our country, right to your door. So head over to toms-town.com, find out if they can deliver to you, and check them out, because we're checking them out right here while we're doing the show. I'm Tim, that's Johnny. We're from the rough. And we are back after this.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream. fanstreamsports.com.
Hey folks, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center, a very different kind of approach to primary care. Personalized preventative medicine, not a one-pill-fits-all mentality. Christopher Lugo and his experienced medical staff are proactive in looking at issues before they become a problem, encouraging a healthy lifestyle with proper diet, supplements, and exercise to optimize your active lifestyle. Rather than the impersonal, rushed approach, you will be the only patient and will have our full attention. That's new. Getting old is inevitable, but feeling and looking old is avoidable. Bay Area Modern Medical Centers are experts in anti-aging regenerative medicine that optimizes your body's performance in many areas. So call for an appointment to get started on a journey back to full health and a happy life with a new, modern way of healthcare. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com. That's 844-977-3477 or BAMMC.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Tom's Town, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka. Named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tom's Town, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly. Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim, that guy right over there. I got it backwards again. The great 20-plus year PGA of America member, the best host, the only host of this show.
You're getting it right. You're just getting it right. Thank goodness. What do you want? What do you want? What do I need to do for you?
Oh, you already paid me up.
So what do you want? Yeah.
Paid me before the show. I'm good now.
Well, I thought the intro would be a hell of a lot better if I paid you before the show.
Well, I was just trying to create a little bit of, on-screen tension for the folks out there. Everybody loves a little chaos. That's what we do around here. So, Johnny, we are previewing the 2026 Day Trois. I guess that's not really what it's called. The official title of this thing is, what's it called again? The
Rocket?
The Rocket Clay. It used to be the Rocket Mortgage. Now it's just Rocket Classic, though, I guess.
Rocket Classic at Detroit Golf Club.
The Rocket Classic. About to make an inappropriate joke, but I won't.
Please don't. No.
I got a classic rocket, Johnny.
I thought I just said no.
Oh, I thought you said go.
No.
Did I ever tell you that story about that, how I almost killed myself snow skiing?
No surprise, but I don't.
The word go. So it was a guy trip. I was with my brother and a bunch of buddies, and we went to where was it? Wolf Creek, Colorado, southern Colorado. And at the time in the early 90s, it was not like your polished family area to go, right? It was pretty expert. It was not always groomed well. There weren't the great amenities. It was just where you go to just ski. They had a restaurant close by there in the mountains that made the best prime rib I've ever had in my life. And it was definitely a guy trip destination, right? So it being kind of rugged and not really built, for that type, for tourism and that kind of stuff back then, there was some dangerous trails, jumps and stuff that if you didn't know the mountain very well, you could hurt yourself pretty bad. So we were kind of because we were sipping on the Southern Comfort, which is what I used to do when I'd go skiing. I always had some in my jacket. All of us were sipping on whatever, and it was the middle of the day. We're getting ready to head in for lunch, and we're already a little bit, feeling pretty loose and ready to take on the world. So we'd have a couple of guys that would ski down with areas we didn't know what was there, and then if it looked like a good run, they'd wave at the rest of us, and we'd ski down. We'd go through it. So we had one guy that skied down to the spot that we had never even seen on the mountain before, and because we couldn't tell what was on the other side of where we couldn't see, right? So he skis down there, and we see it, and at first he's doing this, like shaking his head no, and we're like, come on, what's wrong? We didn't have cell phones back then and stuff. So we were kind of like this, and he was yelling, no, no, no. All we heard was, go, go, go. So I'm the idiot who goes first.
Southern Comfort got you.
Southern Comfort got me, and this mountain almost got me, dude, because I'm skiing down, and he's just looking at me. Like, in retrospect, after talking to him, he was like, I was just wondering what the hell you were doing, because I just told you not to come down. Dude, I got down to where he was at full speed, and it was about a 30-foot drop-off.
Oh.
thankfully into the snow, right?
How did you stop?
I didn't. I went right off of it. I had no idea that it was a cliff there. I didn't, that's why he was there. It's supposed to tell us it's not safe. Don't come. But I misinterpreted in my drunken stupor and freaking jumped 30 feet off of this stupid drop off. Thankfully, again, into a bank of powdery snow. Now it's still hurt.
Yeah.
But if there was anything else down there, if it wasn't snow, I'd probably be dead. But yeah,
I tried skiing once. That's all I need.
Oh, I loved snow skiing, man.
And I revere myself as a pretty damn good athlete.
Yeah.
Couldn't even get on the deal.
Did you take lessons?
I did. I took a lesson. My girlfriend at the time, she was a great skier. We decided to go skiing. Where did we go? We went in North Carolina. And it was great. Grandfather Mountain. It was great. And my idea of a good time isn't to do something in the cold weather. That's not my idea of a great time.
That's why you got out of Columbus.
Pretty well. Not the only reason, but yes.
Okay.
But I could not. I took and she was tired of teaching. She was fed up. She's like, go to hell. I'm going to ski. I ain't got time to mess with you. So she paid for a lesson and didn't help. And I said, halfway between the lesson, I said, you know what? I'm good at a lot of things. I do not have to be good at this. I do not have to enjoy this. I don't. And I was done. I was done. And that was about 2 hours of my life that I wasted. And
man,
get the the booze and, but I don't need to be outside in the cold. I don't need to. I don't need to.
See, it was, I didn't learn. I never skied until I was probably 20 years old. I went on my first trip. I was engaged to my first wife at the time and went on a guy trip with my brother and some other friends. And they're all old school skier. Like they'd been doing it since the 70s and stuff, So I was kind of coming in new at it. We had a guy in our little crew that was a snowboarder. And most of the mountains at that time did not even allow snowboarding. Like it was so new. It's just that you didn't allow it. So we had to find them. And Wolf Creek was one of those places where they had one run they would let snowboarders on. So that's where he would go, that we would go there for him. But yeah, dude, I took half a day of lessons, rented all my equipment. And by the end of my lesson, dude, I had it and I was having a ball, man. And I would go, me and my first wife would take at least 2 ski trips a year together. And then she'd go on her girls trip. I would go on a guy's trip. I'd skiing 2 or 3 times a year. And it was just the best. And then I got fat and then my knees left me and I still don't have any knees, so it's hard to ski with no knees and being fat. So I haven't done it in a long time.
They tell me if you try, the best thing to do if you've never skied or anything before, do snowboarding first because it's easier to. That's what they say. I don't know.
I never tried to snowboard. I never had an interest in snowboarding. I loved ski. Plus, I just spent like $1,500 of $1990 on my ski equipment. I wasn't about to go buy a freaking snowboard,
Yeah.
But I loved it. So Another guy that enjoys snow skiing, I bet, Johnny, Aldrich Potgieter.
Probably doesn't. Probably never been before. Probably has no interest in going.
You don't think so?
No. He's from South Africa. Why would he even have an interest?
They don't have mountains and snow down there.
No, they do not. No.
That's why
the second half of where he's from is called Africa. It's not Alaska.
Snow in Africa.
It's not South Alaska. It's South Africa.
Isn't that where the Himalayas are?
That's not where the Himalayas are. No, it's not there. And pretty sure that they don't ski on the Himalayas either. It's pretty treacherous.
You don't know. You've never skied and you've never been to the Himalayas.
But I do know geography. I do know, there's reasons why people die just walking up to go through the Himalayas. They don't want to ski. Well, I mean, if you have an opportunity to die just walking the Himalayas, then you probably don't want to ski it.
You know what? The first rule of walking the Himalayas, Johnny, is not to wear flip-flops or open-toe shoes. And those are how those people died.
I've seen Nepal things in Nepal too. I've seen the Golden Child. That's probably not good.
The Golden Child. Wow.
Yeah.
There's a blast from the past.
Yeah, I love that movie.
You know what the original name of that movie was?
A Golden Child 1.
No.
That's the original name.
No, it was because I remember seeing previews when we were way off topic here. We'll get back in a minute, you guys. I remember seeing previews for that movie in the theater when it was called The Chosen One.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, sounds.
And they changed it after filming and right before release. They changed, and I can't remember why. That's the Eddie Murphy movie, right? That you're talking about. And it was. I remember thinking, wait, when I saw the previews for this, it was called The Chosen One. Now it's called The Golden Child, and I don't remember why they changed it.
It's all the same. Probably the same. It doesn't matter. It was a good movie though. I loved it. I thought it was great.
But Aldrich Potgieter, Johnny, who's the defending champion here, won it at just 20 years, 9 months, and 16 years old, or 16 days old last year. From what I understand, enjoys wearing his open-toe shoes through the Himalayas in South Africa.
You got information from Scott Wetzel, probably. That's not right.
It's one of his favorite pastimes.
It's not right.
He began the final round with a 2-shot lead last year, shot a 369, and then survived that playoff against Max Grazerman, who you might see on the Wheel of Misfortune, Johnny.
Wow.
And Chris Kirk, who I'm pretty sure I had on my card for this event last year and was like a 400 to 1. Yeah, right.
Too much booze up there.
Kirk was eliminated with a bogey on the second playoff hole, and then Potgieter. Geeter or Geider? It's Geeter.
Potgieter.
Geeter, right. Because it's IE, not EI. I don't know South African languages. They kept trading punches until Potgieter finally buried that 17-foot birdie putt on the par 3 15th during the 5th extra hole. That was a fun playoff to watch. I do remember that as I was pulling for Chris Kirk because he was on my card that I had back in the day for you.
Yeah.
It was his first PGA Tour victory, and it made him the 6th youngest tour winner in the previous decade. Now he's trying to do something nobody's done in the Rocket Classic history, successfully defend his title. Of course, he isn't defending it on the same golf course. And that's one of the most fascinating parts of this tournament, I think. As we mentioned earlier, Detroit Golf Club underwent a $16 million renovation, and the PGA Tour is about to see the results under tournament conditions for the first time. It's now a par 70, as you mentioned, 7,328 yards. The 7th and the 17th holes have been converted into massive par 4s measuring 505 and 537 yards. That would be a driver 6-iron for me.
No. That would be driver, because you're going to top the first couple. And then it's going to be, you're going to try to hit your 3-wood because you haven't got to the fairway yet, and you're topping that. And then you're going to get then you're going to get frustrated, and you're going to hit 7-iron. And then you're going to try to hit a 5-iron, and you're going to shank it.
Can't hit a 5-iron.
So, and then you're going to have like 150 left, and then you're going to hit another 5-iron and miss that. You're going to plug it in the bunker. So it adds up to like a 12 for you.
Oh, if it goes in the bunker, I'm just pulling it out. I'm going to drop it behind the bunker. I don't hit out of bunkers. That's not fair. It's not fair to put a bunker on a golf course, and I don't play it. I don't play by those rules. Water and bunkers don't belong on a golf course, so I get free drops. That's how I call it. So you have only 2 par 5s on this course now for the pros, the 4th and the 14th, so it reduces some of the obvious scoring opportunities they would have. The pond that previously guarded the 14th green has been removed, good idea, and replaced by native grass, eliminating the only water hazard on the golf course. See? They're figuring things out in Detroit.
But I'm
going to become a member here.
No. You got to realize this. The native grass is still a hazard. Doesn't just because there's no
water or sand.
No, it's red. Native grass, so it'll be crossed off as a red. If you hit into it, you can try to find it. Native grass or lost ball, they should for speed of play. But bunkers are different than hazards.
Right. I'm aware. Well, but none of them belong on a golf course.
That's the only thing that you're aware of because you don't think they should exist.
They shouldn't exist. It's just not fair. Why are you making it hard?
This is not putt-putt, son. This is real live golf.
You go play putt-putt. I don't play putt-putt.
Terrible. I'm not playing putt-putt, and I'm just like I'm not going bowling.
But John, you are going bowling. We're going bowling when you're in town here next week. But Johnny, don't
confuse. I'll make you a deal.
Okay.
I'll go bowling if we can convince Brad Petzel to go bowling with us because I have to watch someone that is actually good for a minute before I do anything. He's a professional bowler.
I don't want him to see me bowl, though. That's the problem.
Well, practice the day before.
I don't need to practice. I know how to bowl. That doesn't mean it's like I don't want to go golf with a pro golfer.
Well,
no offense.
Yeah, okay. But I need to watch somebody and actually watch them visually to see how it's done because I think there's some variables and some things in bowling that I just don't want to go up and do.
There's this thing called YouTube. It's got millions of bowling videos, and especially instructional videos on it.
I tell people to stay off YouTube when I give them golf lessons. I'm not going to contradict myself. And yes.
Well, that's because you don't want it to contradict what you're saying. There's a valid reason for that.
No, because it's too much information and it's too much trash information.
It's a lot of bad information on YouTube.
I just said that.
Here as we do our golf show on YouTube.
Well, I'm talking about instructional shit on YouTube.
This is instructional.
That people shouldn't be teaching on YouTube. How about that?
Literally anybody can put whatever they want on YouTube.
That doesn't mean you got to watch it.
All right. Well, you need to text Brad and tell him when you're in town and tell him we're going bowling.
And he wants a golf lesson, so I'll trade him out for a golf lesson for a bowling lesson.
Yeah, and we'll go. And then you can have candy bars while we're bowling.
And I ain't using those rickety ass shoes either. I ain't putting nobody's shoes on that ain't mine.
Well, then go buy your own because you can't bowl in your tennis shoes.
I'm not putting shoes on other people wore. I think.
Well, you wear socks, or you can wear your own socks.
It doesn't matter.
But then you can throw them away when you're done.
Dang trash, and they look terrible too. They look like clown shoes.
We had a style, the fashion, whatever trend going on I remember when I was in high school because we would go bowling a lot. That was one of our things. It was either Friday night skating, roller skating, or we'd go bowling. Down in Dallas, we had the Don Carter All-Star Lane. Might still be there. I don't know, but. So, man, for a while there, people were stealing the bowling shoes and wearing them to school. Like the bowling shoes were a fashion trend for a little while in 1988, 89.
Where were you in like
in
Iowa?
Colony.
Like where they filmed where they filmed
right here.
What's that movie that's Kingpin? You ever see Kingpin? That's hilarious.
Was that in Iowa? That is a great movie.
Yeah.
No, it was, and I remember thinking like, why? Like, well, look, I did a lot of fashion 80s stuff. All right. So I'm not really one to criticize, but bowling shoes, come on. What is wrong? And you're stealing them. It's not like you can't tell you stole them because nobody buys bowling shoes. It's just, y'all, I was like, y'all are all idiots.
And they're like different colors and shit too, aren't they?
I mean, I can see that like they'd be fashionable a little bit, but like,
no, where?
I mean, bowling
shoes.
Where?
Himalayas? Is that what you wear? Is that what you wear to go to the Himalayas and like hike the
Yeah, in the South African Himalayas.
Yeah.
Here, let's see, Johnny. Let's get you some bowling shoes. Yeah, see, like
I'm not wearing bowling shoes.
Put some of these up on the screen here for you.
Can you just wear socks and not put shoes on?
No, that's not.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Throw this up here for you, and you because every one of these shoes I can see you wearing.
I'm not wearing shoes other people wore. I'm not doing that.
You are. You'll be fine.
And they got heaters in there too. It's all cigarettes.
You'll be fine. No, you can't smoke in a bowling alley since the 70s.
Okay, well there you go.
So Johnny, here are your bowling. Oh, you can't really see those. Let's go full screen on that.
What in
there you go. Those are just generic bowling shoes.
This is trash.
They look like golf shoes.
No, they don't look like golf shoes.
Look like golf shoes when I was buying golf shoes.
Well, you died. Well, that
golf shoes are trash now. Nobody makes a good golf shoe these days. But there you go. See,
FootJoy makes the best.
I would wear. No,
I'll show you. Keep that on for 1 second. I'll show you the best golf shoes ever.
All right, Johnny's going to get his golf shoes. I can go get my golf shoes too. You know, I can do that.
I just got these. Look at these. Look at these.
Let's get Johnny on the full screen there. Oh, look at that. You know what those look like? Bowling shoes.
No, let's get this little crystal clear. This is a real crocodile.
Okay, why do you need a crocodile on a golf shoe?
Green Croc FootJoy Premiers that I designed myself.
For? You designed yourself?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. I designed myself.
Michael Jordan?
Yes, sir. A little bit. These are what you call the JGs for $675.
Well, that's about $674 too much.
I get some free designs from FootJoy, and I get 4 or 5 pairs of golf shoes a year that I design myself.
Put some metal spikes on it. There'll be a whole
There's no metal
better.
Spikes. We ain't doing that. We're not doing that, Lucas Glover. We're not doing that.
Bryson DeChambeau.
We're not doing that, Lucas. So I got the crocodiles. I got the green Crocs to make it original, and they're pretty sweet.
Golf shoes with alligator crocodile. Give me a break.
Yeah, I got some lizards. I'll show you. I got some ostrich. I got.
Are you sure you don't play with golf balls made of ostrich skin too?
No,
you probably do.
No, I got some ostrich that are really cool. Yeah.
We're so far off the rails here.
We are, but then we're talking golf, not bowling, but that's okay, Kingpin. Let's go. Let's take a break and get into our picks.
We got a butt ton of other guys that are going to be here that we didn't get a chance to talk about, but we'll talk about them on Johnny's cards and on the Wheel of Misfortune, because that is all coming up next for you boys. I have my 7 names. There is no Max Homa this week, so I had to replace him with a different Max. And out of the 2 Maxes that are playing, I picked the best Max. We'll find out who all those Maxes are. We'll find out who's on the Wheel of Misfortune. We got it loaded up. Johnny's going to pick my top 10, my top 20, my winner, and my missed cut. And I've got some doozies for you, Johnny. I can't wait to get your reaction. And then, after everybody sits through my debauchery and my nonsense, we're going to get Johnny's winners for this week's Rocket Classic up in Denver.
Who you got on there? Max Headroom?
You'll see. Right. After the break.
All right.
We are from the rough right here on FanStream Sports on a preview Wednesday for you. And we're back after
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Hey folks, let me tell you about Bay Area Modern Medical Center, a very different kind of approach to primary care. Personalized preventative medicine, not a one-pill-fits-all mentality. Christopher Lugo and his experienced medical staff are proactive in looking at issues before they become a problem, encouraging a healthy lifestyle with proper diet, supplements, and exercise to optimize your active lifestyle. Rather than the impersonal, rushed approach, you will be the only patient and will have our full attention. That's new. Getting old is inevitable, but feeling and looking old is avoidable. Bay Area Modern Medical Centers are experts in anti-aging regenerative medicine that optimizes your body's performance in many areas. So call for an appointment to get started on a journey back to full health and a happy life with a new, modern way of healthcare. Call 844-977-3477 or go to BAMMC.com. That's 844-977-3477 or BAMMC.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka. Named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly. Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. That is PGA of America member Johnny the Gerb Man, Gerbinator, Gerber. And you guys are in for a treat because you're about to have an opportunity to make some money.
Get it.
But you know what, Johnny? Just like everything in life, sometimes you got to sit through the presentation before you get to buy the timeshare. Or you get to sell the timeshare in this case and make money. So consider my Wheel of Misfortune picks as the presentation you have to sit through before you have the opportunity to earn all that money. So, Johnny, I will present to you the 7 names. There's always 7. One of them is usually Max Homa, so you're usually at 6 additional names. Johnny, bring me the heads of Max Grazerman, Ricky Fowler, Jacob Bridgman, Billy Horschel, Pearson Cootie, Keegan Bradley, and Corey Connors. Your immediate thoughts.
Trash. I just, I just waited till the end, so I didn't want to say
Just
it
one
in
collective
each.
trash.
It's just, it's a
one
whole
collective trash.
It is a whole street of trash.
And we, of
Just
course,
like those.
Johnny, we have the wheel. We have the virtual wheel that I have prepared. We have
4.
the,
we always have 4 now. You got to remember we have 4. We have missed the cut, top 10, top 20.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to add that.
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said 3. Okay.
No. No, we have so Johnny will decide before I spin if this person will be my winner, my top 10, my top 20, or my miscut. And I have odds right here for all of them, baby. My extensive homework with all of my odds, Johnny.
I think it's great.
And nobody can accuse me of picking the favorites this week, sir.
Well, you did good. How about we'll split the uprights and go outright winner, miscut. Let's go outright winner.
Outright winner. All right, as I'm struggling for some reason with my camera. What's going on with my camera here?
Yeah, and your background's jacked up too. There we go. Nope.
I don't know what's happening with my
Yep.
Let's have some lighting issues here that's mixing with
What happens
here.
when we're not in the studio?
All right, Johnny. You said what?
Winner.
Outright winner to go first, right?
Yeah.
All right,
going
here we
first.
go. Here. Oh, we got to get the sound effects for us here as I. Johnny.
I can't wait to just root against him.
Billy
Root
Horschel is
against
my winner,
him.
sir. Would you like to guess
he's
Billy
not.
Horschel's odds to win?
He is 48-1.
Billy Horschel is 125-1.
That's what I said. 125-1.
You did say that.
Yeah.
All right, sir.
Miscut.
Missed
We're
cut.
going to split the uprights.
Second. All right, here we go. Big money, no whammies. Big money, no whammies. Missing the cut will be
Billy Horschel.
Jacob Bridgman. Billy Horschel's off the wheel, sir.
If you flip
Jacob
those,
Bridgman.
if you flip those, that might work actually.
Johnny, would you like to guess Jacob Bridgman's odds to miss the cut?
Plus 160.
Ooh, very close. Plus 200.
Pretty close. Yeah.
Pretty close, yeah. All right,
Yeah,
what's next?
Pretty good. Top 10. And let
Top
me try to guess
10?
these. Let me try to guess these. I'm usually pretty good at these.
What, the odds?
Yeah.
Okay, well, before I announce it, I'll do it. So we still have left Max Grazerman, Ricky Fowler, Pearson Cootie, Keegan Bradley, and Corey Connors. And this one's for, you said top 10?
Yeah.
Top 10. Here we go on the Wheel of Misfortune, brought to you by Star Wars, a movie franchise. How about Ricky Fowler, Johnny? What do you think his top 10 is?
Plus 290.
Oh, you are 200 points off.
490.
He is plus 490 in the top 10.
Oh, pretty good. That's pretty good value there if you can get
I
that.
thought so too. Yeah, all these guys are great in value.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that leaves us with the top 20 then, Johnny.
Yep.
Max, will it be Max Grazerman, Pearson Cootie, Keegan Bradley, or Corey Connors? Big money, no whammies, no whammies. Oh, he's going to be pissed if he... Keegan Bradley, Johnny.
You got 2 turds in a bucket that you picked in your things this week. He's
care
the top
for-
20. He's probably 2 plus 260.
Plus 225.
Pretty good. That was
Pretty
good.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all of my numbers, they're all value, I mean, if you can get there. So Billy Horschel to win at 125 to 1. Ricky Fowler top 10 plus 490. Keegan Bradley top 20 at plus 225, and Jacob Bridgman to miss the cut at plus 200.
Jacob Bridgman's not missing the cut, but
I bet he does.
You can't touch this.
That's what I think about you, Jacob Bridgman.
You can't touch this.
Idiot. What'd you ever do?
You can't touch this.
Couldn't even win a putt tournament.
You can't touch this.
It's just how I feel. All right.
Well, let's get the guy that can't walk the Himalayas.
In bare feet or open toe shoes. No grown man over the age of 15 should ever wear open toe shoes in public. It should not be done.
Sandals.
Yeah, you shouldn't wear. You can wear closed toe sandals. JC Water Walkers, some Jerusalem Cruisers.
Are you like
no
110?
Grown man should ever wear open toe shoes unless you're at the beach or at the swimming pool.
Coming from the guy that never wears shorts. Coming from the guy that
I'm wearing shorts right now.
Yeah, because nobody can see your legs. Them goddamn chicken stalks.
Wearing them. What is going on with my color here? Good grief.
Got them birds, chicken.
Am I sunburned? I haven't been in the sun.
It's the only way you can get color on your face. Why you
Man, what is going on? Yeah, look.
That's usually my technical difficulties.
I don't know what's happening with it. Must be the light. I don't have very good lighting today. I don't have lights on.
That's why you're not in the studio. That's why.
Shine this on me. There. How's that?
No, not even better. That's no better.
How about that? Is that better if I do it like that?
No, you look. That's even creepier.
Welcome to the show.
It's not October yet. It's creepy.
Whatever. Halloween's stupid.
We'll put it on me anyway. So we're getting ready to pick some winners.
Let's get it on you, Johnny. I got it on you now. There you go. The light's on you.
You're blinding me with science.
All right, let's get into something that has some significance, if in fact there is anything, and let's talk about Johnny's winning picks while I find our music here.
If anybody has ever said getting back to Detroit is going to get back to winning, you heard it here first. Because I don't ever hear getting back in a winning way, I'm going to Detroit. But we are this week. We are going to Detroit. We talked about this on Monday. Not a great year. Minus 1517, not minus 1570 for the year. Again, which isn't great. But comparative speaking to everybody else that are handicappers, it's pretty good. We are 38, 21, and 8 in our matchups. Back at it. Home cooking. I don't know if there's a lot of sushi in Detroit, but Hideki Matsuyama is going to find some, and we're going to take him at 28 to 1. Really good golf course for him. I mean, he loves these old school type of golf courses. He hits it high. I like the form that he's coming into. You're going to have to shoot about probably around 20 to win this golf tournament if the weather's okay. It's going to play soft. I love Hideki in this spot. 28 to 1. He's 7th, 8th on the board in terms of favorites. I never pick favorites, so he fits in that mold for us. But 28 to 1, really good value. I think he's coming into some pretty good form. Gearing up for the FedEx Cup and gearing up for the President's Cup, 28 to 111. Dirt was our only cash in last week. We're going to ride him again, boy. Jake Knapp, 30 to 1. I think this is a great golf course for him. Finishing in the top 10 the last 2 years. This guy can overpower this golf course. And with the shortness of taking away 2 par 5s, it doesn't hurt him. It hurts the shorter hitters. It doesn't hurt him. He's still going to have short irons into the majority of these holes. Love Dirt coming off a great 63 or 62 last week, coming into the last round. I think he builds on that momentum. 30 to 1. Coming off some pretty solid performances off the British Open, I like Ryan Gerard at 40 to 1. It's a little bit of a quirky golf course, and it fits a guy that's a little quirky like Ryan Gerard. His golf swing, you wouldn't teach it. Sometimes you look at it and it belongs on a porch. He owns it. I like him in this spot. He can make a ton of birdies. Look at these guys. Hideki makes a ton of birdies. Dirt makes a ton of birdies. Gerard makes a ton of birdies. And our ham sandwich pick makes a ton of birdies, even though he's not one of the longer guys on the PGA Tour. 60 to 1, Eric Cole. He's going to win at some point. Why not here? We got some unheralded winners over the past few years at Detroit. This is a guy that fits the mold. I like him. The ball's going to be running, so he's still going to have a lot of wedges in his hand. Can he make enough birdies? I think he can. 60 to 1, some good value. Two top tens. Shea Batia plus 370. And my main man, Brennan. I had that surgery today. I automatically sneezed. My bad. Plus 380. Listen, polar opposites of guys of what you're going to have. Akshay makes a ton of birdies, and Michael Brennan hits it as far as anybody on the PGA Tour. I like them both in this mold. Akshay's a little rested. He needed some time off. I think he's going to get back into form. I didn't pick him to win only because potential rust, but 370, good value. Brennan is going to he fits the mold kind of like dirt. Hits it forever. Got to have a lot of wedges in his hand, even on a golf course at 7,300 yards. Good value at plus 380. Coming in some pretty decent form. After a week of rest, a week of not playing very good, missing the weekend, Jackson Koivun plus 250. He's playing a lot of golf, dude. And he just needed that rest, taking the weekend off at 3M. He's going to get it. I think he's rested. I think he obviously he makes a ton of birdies. I just think he needed that little bit of break and going to a place that's, old school golf course, little tight golf course, kind of where he plays a little bit down in Tampa. Plus 250, some good value. I think he bounces back this week and has an opportunity to contend. I'm not sure he can get through the winner's circle, but I like him in the top 20. And we're taking Brooks this week, plus 270. We're taking him in the top 20 spot. I think he's got to make a push for the FedExCup. He sits outside. I think he's 86 on the FedExCup. I think he's going to push the next couple of weeks to get in there. I certainly think if there's any guy on this list, if he doesn't get in the FedExCup, may make the President's Cup team. I do. If there's anyone that he's going to pick, it could be him. But I think he needs. I think Snedeker told him, hey, man, I need you to play well these next 2 weeks and try to get in at least the first event. We want you on this team. I think it sets a precedent. I think he's a polarizing factor. I think if there's any year that the U.S. could lose the President's Cup, it could be this year. I really do. Brooks Koepka plus 270 to finish in the top 20 in a spot that he's hungry, needs to perform. And anytime you get Brooks Koepka, when he needs to perform, he usually does. Love him at plus 270.
Yeah, and I think as far as Brooks goes, I think he's still kind of finding his PGA Tour feet still, right, a little bit after coming back over from LIV, and he hasn't played every tournament. He's played, like you had mentioned that you think maybe part of the negotiation was them telling him he had to play in certain events because they wanted that name attraction, for some of these other fields.
He's going to play next week. Yeah.
And he'll be here. He'll be there next week for sure.
It's good business. Good business.
Yeah. And for him, it's, you do whatever you can, right? Like and I kind of applaud that. So I'm pulling for Brooks. I'm pulling for Brooks. For sure.
This week for sure. And I want him on the President's Cup team. I think golf's better. I think events are better. I think everything's better when Brooks Koepka's playing. He's just one of those guys that's just top 5 guys. I think that's better when the tournaments when he plays. I do.
And you know what else? Everything's better with bacon. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. Any food is pretty much better with bacon.
You know what I bought today that was great? I bought me some prosciutto. I bought some prosciutto. Well, it's kind of bacon. I bought some prosciutto today, Italian fresh from this high-end deli here, and it is just melted in your mouth. Little salt hinge. I need a little bit of salt.
Thinly sliced? Is it really thinly sliced?
I had a little procedure this morning and I need a little salt. I need a little food, and boy, let me tell you, that just melted in. Now, let me tell you, it was $1.50 a slice. But it was well worth it. It was well worth it, man. And I got a little in the fridge I might dive into here afterwards.
Yeah, I made a chicken dish a couple weeks ago for the boys that was like a grilled chicken breast that you grilled with wrap it in prosciutto. And oh my good Lord, and it was like with a poblano cream sauce too, that I made.
How about a little brie and prosciutto with a little chicken, little play on cordon bleu. Little play on cordon bleu. No, you can't.
Everything's better with prosciutto on it, but
that's what they serve at bowling alleys. That's what they serve at bowling alleys.
I don't know if they have brie at bowling alleys or prosciutto.
That's probably why I don't go.
Maybe on my nachos.
They got nachos?
Oh, they have the best nachos. They have the best food at bowling alleys, man.
They don't have the best food. They don't have the best food. What do you mean the best food?
Their hot dogs are better.
I don't eat hot dogs either.
The nachos are better.
I love nachos.
Everything's just amazing. The jalapenos taste crisper.
Texas pickles.
They're just great. All right, boys and girls, that is going to wrap it up here for today's preview. Wednesday preview of From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. We'll be back on Monday. to recap, Ricky Fowler's win. Oh, wait, it wasn't Ricky Fowler. Who was it? Billy Horschel's win at the Rocket Classic up in Daytona.
He's going to be bowling on Saturday in Detroit because he's missing the cut, so that's fine.
Man, I wouldn't go bowling in Detroit. I want to talk about seedy bowling alleys.
That's where bowling started.
Detroit. I think bowling started in the Himalayas in South Africa.
Sounds good with sandals.
They were bowling with sandals with Aldrich Potgieter.
Yeah.
Taking the lead.
That's right.
You never know what you're going to get here on the show. It's great. Look for Johnny's matchups on Saturday and Sunday mornings. We will post those across all of our social media accounts at IndyCarTim, at Jay Gerber PGA Pro, at From the Rough PGA, all over Instagram, Facebook. Follow us everywhere that you can possibly find us. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell so you get notifications whenever we drop an episode, and all of our fine golf content at FanStream Sports. All of Johnny's amazingly written, intelligent articles at fanstreamsports.com. Click on headlines, and we'll be covering all of that for you throughout the week. And until I can find the music, until I guess Monday, boys and girls, unlike me, y'all keep hitting them straight.